Today, we are going to be doing a deep dive on Colleen Hoover. The reason why is if you are like me and you recently saw on social media Colleen Hoover basically tweaking out, sorry to say.
It's a very kind of bad thing. You know, at least I have my diet Pepsi. It's still going to be a great day because you guys get almost free merch. Congrats.
Where did this woman come from exactly? We all know Colleen Hoover from the It Ends With Us drama, obviously between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. And then we also know Colleen Hoover maybe from TikTok/BookTok, where her books first got notoriety. But maybe you do not know the full lore of Colleen Hoover and where she came from. So I'm gonna break that down for you today. And is Colleen Hoover really broke as shit over the It Ends With Us merchandise that is recently going on sale? These are her claims, by the way. Now, Colleen Hoover's career dates all the way back to 2011 when she started picking up writing. And it was at this time that she started working on one of her first books, which was called Slammed. The following year in 2012, Slammed is self-published by Colleen Hoover on Amazon Kindle, and it does develop somewhat of a natural fan base with people who are more kind of like in the indie book genre, finding her book and really appreciating her writing style. In the next coming years, 2013, 2014, she releases more and more pieces of writing, growing her fan base. Some of those books are Maybe Someday, Ugly Love, and Confess. Now, it was at this time in 2014 that Colleen Hoover started to become a little bit more known for these kinds of emotionally heavy romantic books. She did get a little bit of criticism at this time for highlighting toxic relationships in her books, but if you're familiar with It Ends With Us, you know that part of her desire to highlight these relationships is actually to kind of shed general light on these topics, which could include romantic, physical, mental abuse. Now, on this same thread, in 2016 is when Colleen Hoover releases It Ends With Us, and if you guys are following all the drama that's related to that, you probably already know what this book is about, but if you don't, I'm going to show you this clip of Justin Baldoni actually talking about It Ends With Us and the background relating to Colleen Hoover's actual life.
And then I read the reason why Colleen wrote the movie. It was for her mother, who had a real life experience like this. You know, she was Lily Bloom. And I just thought if this could affect me in this way, then I can only imagine what it could do for women and people who are in this situation all over the world.
Now, if you're following the timeline that I'm laying out for you, we have 2012, we have 2016. Not that much is really heard about Colleen Hoover in terms of the general public. So why are we finding out about her in 2024, 2025, almost a decade after those books were released? And the reason is very simple. It is the explosion of BookTok.
8 unput downable books that I need you to read right away.
Books that I would literally sell my soul to be able to read again for the first time.
It is a kind of subgenre within TikTok where people are talking about the books that they are loving to read at the moment. So Colleen Hoover's It Ends With This book becomes the poster child of the BookTok subgenre. And this happens in the year 2020, which is 4 years after its initial release. And during this time, Colleen Hoover becomes the most talked about author, with several of her books actually now becoming trending due to BookTok. During this time, 6 of Colleen Hoover's books were on the New York Times bestseller list at the same time, and they were dominating the charts. They were at the top of the charts. I'm actually going to show you this Forbes article that shows the top selling books of 2022, and as you guys can see, these are 6 of Colleen Hoover's books. We have It Ends With Us at the top, Verity, It Starts With Us, Ugly Love, Reminders of Him, November 9. Now, I gotta tell you, I have never read one of Colleen Hoover's books, and I very well need to maybe read one because why the hell is she doing so well? not hating on a girl. Now, with great popularity and admiration always comes the negative side of that, which is once your name is in people's mouths, the negative things are also in people's mouths. So we start to see a turn in Colleen Hoover's popularity of being this kind of very positive images. Her books are doing really well. She's named as the best author. And there starts to kind of be this snowball effect of controversy that becomes associated with Colleen Hoover. So I'm going to walk you guys through the most controversial moments leading up to modern day. As I mentioned, in the early stages of Colleen Hoover's writings, she was getting some criticism, mainly in the form of her talking about toxic relationships in her books, but she slowly started to receive more starting in 2023 when she basically shared with the public that she was going to be working on a coloring book for It Ends With Us. And of course, you can never make anybody happy, so people started attacking her, basically saying that she was trivializing domestic abuse. And as a response, Colleen Hoover pulled the coloring book and ended up not publishing it. This also led to kind of a general conversation regarding Colleen Hoover and her books, questioning whether she was actually criticizing abuse or she was romanticizing it. There are, of course, people that are going to feel like if you talk about a topic, you're romanticizing it, you're supporting it, you're approving it. You can't have many like nuanced conversations these days without having the internet jump immediately onto a topic and insert their opinion. And I'm not going to blame them because this is what I do. I insert my opinion as well. But I like to think that I do some level of research when I am doing it. Then we get to 2024, and that is when the It Ends With Us controversy that we all know, whether we wanted to or not, dominates the headlines. Just a quick snapshot if you were being held captive in 2024, I'm gonna fill you in. So Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively both starred in the film. Justin Baldoni was the director of the film. There was this controversy because Justin Baldoni was saying that Blake Lively was trying to take control of the film, the producing of it, and take all the credit for it. And then on Blake Lively's side, she was claiming that Justin Baldoni was sexually harassing her and maybe other female co-stars during the production of the film. As we all have seen and heard, there are multi-million dollar lawsuits going on to this day regarding both of these allegations. So we're just gonna see all of that play out. But what is Colleen Hoover's role inside of this? So Colleen Hoover started working with Justin Baldoni all the way in 2019. And you guys have probably seen the email exchanges with Colleen Hoover saying that she really wants somebody who is going to be taking care of this film because it's a really important subject matter to her. And she felt that Justin Baldoni was the best person to be able to handle such a serious topic. Colleen Hoover also asked Justin Baldoni to be part of the project and to play one of the leads in the film, which is a character that is actually physically violent with Blake Lively's character in the film. Then in 2023, the public is informed about the casting of the film. We know Justin Baldoni's playing the lead, and then we also know Blake Lively is playing the other lead. Starting in 2024 is where things start to change for this film. The first initial backlash that this film got was there were photos leaked to the press with Blake Lively playing the lead actress. One, people felt like Blake Lively was a little bit too old to play the lead in this film because in the book, the character is 23 years old and Blake Lively is already in her mid-30s. Then the public and fans of the book felt like Blake Lively's choice of dressing was very, very off from the character. Lily's style of dressing seems to be maybe more like country, like florally dresses, summer, springtime vibes. Like you're kind of like your 2015 Pinterest girl. That's kind of what Lily Bloom in the book is described as. But then we see the photos of Blake Lively and she is wearing like 4 different pants. She's got like a tuxedo suit on. She's got her hair in like giant curls with big hoop earrings and you're like, where the hell did you pull this whole wardrobe from, Blake Lively? Then as the film is nearing its release in August of 2024, we start hearing more rumors about factions going on within the casting. Like we have this huge mass unfollowing of Justin Baldoni, which is also done by Colleen Hoover. And then we also see the press tour where Justin Baldoni is nowhere near the cast, but we see like Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover going to do their press interviews, and then they also are participating in like showings of the film. In one of these interviews, Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover are asked about sequels to the film, and Blake Lively responds by saying that if Colleen Hoover has the rights to her book, then she would be happy to participate in a sequel of this movie. The reason why this became a viral clip is because we know the drama that's going on between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, but also the fact that Colleen Hoover actually sold the rights to her book to Justin Baldoni. So why would Colleen Hoover even be in the conversation of having the rights to her book? She already sold the rights. And this is just another piece of evidence that the public uses to basically show that, hey, it seems as though Blake Lively truly is trying to take control of this film, or maybe even just trying to take away the rights from Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer Studios. Now, Colleen Hoover disables her Instagram for some time. She also then later removes photos of her with Blake Lively. Now, this is all obviously due to the backlash that Blake Lively has received due to her allegations, and then due to Justin Baldoni's team making the effort to publicly refute every claim that Blake Lively has made. So Colleen Hoover basically tries to distance herself away from this drama. When I was initially looking into the cases between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, I was feeling very bad for Colleen Hoover. I thought, oh my God, this is this woman's shot at having her book turned into a film. What a huge honor, especially for a lot of authors out there, to not only have your book be popularly consumed and sold, but also for different production companies to actually want to buy the rights to that book and make a film out of it. I was like, what a unfortunate situation that Colleen Hoover has found herself in. But then I realized that she is actually very much complicit in all of the drama that is surrounding the It Ends With Us saga, meaning that she participated in the mass unfollowing. She participated in the effort to have her book rights being restored back to her. And not only that, but in 2024, she launched her own production company, which was Heartbones Entertainment. So whether or not Colleen Hoover is this girl's girl that wants to support Blake Lively, that is a question mark in my head, because I think what is more outstanding is the fact that Colleen Hoover now has her own production company. So she's probably making every effort to make sure that it is successful. And if that means that there is a sequel to this movie, then she is going to try to obtain it, or she would at least be somewhat foolish not to. So I fully see her going along this ride just to get the rights back to her book. Because mind you, It Ends With Us was a box office smash. For the amount of money that was spent on producing the film ended up grossing $350 million. I do want to take a moment to read from this New York Post article where Colleen Hoover does mention that she is broke as shit. According to the New York Post, the author revealed that all of her merchandise on her website has been marked down to $10 an item amid the ongoing It Ends With Us drama, which was going to leave her broke as shit. That's like 5 times cheaper than what I paid for each item. That means by the end of the day today, I'm going to be broke as shit. Hoover, 45, quipped in a video posted to her Instagram stories on Tuesday. Well, I can't retire now because now I'm going to be in the hole by 5 p.m., she shared. Even if you hate me, you should go buy peace because it's a very kind of bad thing. Anyways, at least I have my Diet Pepsi. It's still going to be a great day because you guys get almost free merch. Congrats. Most likely, Colleen Hoover was just joking about being broke or also having to come out of retirement, because Colleen Hoover probably is set to be a millionaire if she is not already a millionaire, considering the amount of film adaptations that are going to be released based on her book. As I mentioned, she founded Heartbones Entertainment in 2024, which was the same year that It Ends With Us was going to be released or was released. And I'm going to read to you guys this excerpt from Fandom, which has a Colleen Hoover wiki. Heartbones Entertainment is a film production company founded by bestselling author Colleen Hoover and producer Lauren Levine in 2023. I will note it says 2024 off to the side right there. The company was created with the aim of bringing authentic and emotionally resonant stories to the big screen, focusing on adaptations of Hoover's novels and similar works that resonate with contemporary audiences, particularly women. Under Heartbones Entertainment, Colleen Hoover is set to release her very first film adaptation for her book, Reminders of Him. I'm gonna read to you guys another piece from this same fandom wiki page. The first project by Heartbones Entertainment, Reminders of Him, adapts Hoover's 2022 novel. The film is scheduled for release on Valentine's Day weekend in 2026, and the screenplay is co-written by Hoover and Levine. If you guys are not Colleen Hoover fanatics like myself, I don't know what her books are really about. then I'm going to share with you guys a little synopsis from Elle. Reminders of Him follows Kenna Rowan, a young woman who's released from prison after serving a 5-year sentence for a catastrophic mistake. Returning to her home, she hopes to rebuild her life and reconnect with her daughter. However, nearly everyone she knew refuses to welcome her back, except for local bar owner Ledger Ward, who becomes her unlikely ally. And the film adaptations do not stop there. Colleen Hoover is also working with Paramount Pictures and also with Amazon MGM on 2 additional films. With Paramount Pictures, Colleen Hoover is working on a film adaptation of her 2019 book, Regretting You. This book is about a mother-daughter duo that are navigating complex family situations. And then we have the film Verity, which actually stars Anne Hathaway. And this film is being produced by Amazon MGM. I'm going to read to you guys from an article on Hollywood Reporter regarding Verity. Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel Verity is getting the Hollywood treatment. Verity was self-published in 2018 before being acquired by Grand Central Publishing in 2021. It grew into a phenomenon, spending months on the New York Times bestseller list and selling more than 1 million copies in 2023 alone. So is Colleen Hoover going to be broke after the sale of the It Ends With Us merchandise? I think not, and like I said, if she is for some reason broke, I'm sure the other film projects, once those gross over a couple $1 million, will definitely earn her back the money. So I definitely do not necessarily feel bad for Colleen Hoover. Just stay off social media during this time that the It Ends With Us court cases are going on. I feel like, unfortunately, due to the It Ends With Us drama, Colleen Hoover will most likely always kind of receive criticism until she's able to work on a project that kind of changes her reputation. But what I would suggest for you, Colleen Hoover, is get on the phone with the PR agency of Justin Baldoni and even Blake Lively and just see, like, you know, what can they do for you in terms of changing up your image and public perception. Anyways, what do you guys think about the Colleen Hoover lore? Is she the modern day J.K. Rowling? I'm ready for you guys to tear me up in the comments regarding that comment. And just let me know what you guys are thinking about her involvement in the It Ends With Us saga. Do you guys feel bad for her, or are we feeling like she's gonna be all right? You know, she's already doing well financially. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.